we're live. Let me make sure that we got everybody on there. All right. Oh, it fell down, everybody. Hold on just a second. I'ma fix that. There we go. We try to get everybody on there. And we're live. All right, welcome to Counseling Tip Tuesday on a Thursday.
All right.
That's my man Tito with the drill over there. So you're gonna hear some noise in the background. Let me see. Give everybody a second to log in. As soon as I can get this phone to act right. This my page right here. Okay.
So y'all know how we do it. Like the video, share the video to all of your pages that you have. Share. We're waiting for people to get on. It's Counseling Tip Tuesday on a Thursday. We have a special guest for you guys. It's going to be a treat today.
Hold on, let me make sure this is not private. So hold on just a second. I mean, her phone is moving like incredibly slow. It's not on there. It's not doing anything. All right. There we go. Here we go. We're live. We're going to make this happen now. Counseling Tip Tuesday.
If you can hear us, just wave at us. Let us know you're on.
All right. Just let us know if you can hear us. I know that we hadn't been here this week. We are currently, where we at? Georgetown, Grand Cayman Islands. And we have some special guests. This is a family edition. You know, we have like Family Feud, so we got some special guests that are going to be on with us today that we're going to discuss the will to stay together. The will to stay together. The will to stay married.
That's loaded right there, huh?
I mean, because sometimes you just talk about how you just have a lot of tips and practical information that you give out, and it just to help the marriage. But sometimes it's just going to come down to this, you just want to be there. You're going to have to want to be there. You're going to have to want to be there. So right now I'm going to introduce everybody or give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. Again, we're in Georgetown, Grand Cayman Islands, and we're excited about this opportunity. So I guess we'll start on this end. Tell us who you are. I would say this is my brother and my sister. I don't have in-laws, so this is my brother and my sister, and we're gonna give them an opportunity to tell us who they are, how long they've been together, how long you've been together, and how long you've been married, whichever one you like to do, and share the information. I mean, just tell us who you are. Go ahead.
Gotcha. My name is Katrina Carter. This is my husband, Ladarian Carter. We have been together.
You're going to have to speak up, Trina.
Yeah, you got to talk louder than drill.
Gotcha. Yes. My name is Katrina Carter. This is my husband, Ladarian Carter. We have been together 21 years. Woo. We've been married 17 years.
Yeah.
17 years. 21 years.
Yeah.
How old are y'all?
Oh my God, you asking
How old are you?
in real life?
36 years old, and y'all been together 21 years.
Yes.
And y'all still making this happen.
Making it work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, those of you that follow me this week, I did post. I mean, it's been hilarious watching these two operate together. They've been a blessing to us. They flow together. They got a flow that they do, so it's been a blessing. My wife and I was talking behind closed doors how it's a blessing to see how you guys maneuver together and work together. So this is our cousin, Rashonda and Terry. Amen. And they are, we call them Roe and Cookie. All right, so that's what we call them. Y'all can't call them Roe and Cookie.
Yes,
Tell us who you are, where you from, how long y'all been together.
Okay. My real name, Terry Burrell. This is my wife, Ro Burrell. We've been together for 21 years. We've been married 13 years.
Wow.
We met when we were in college, so we still together.
21. So y'all been together 21 years too.
Right.
How old are you?
39.
39.
Right.
36. And y'all been together 21 years.
21.
Man, I'm talking about. Look like we got the right people on this part right here.
Right.
The
will to stay together.
The will to stay together. All right, next we got on the set. I'm telling you, I've been excited about this. I've been waiting to make this happen. These are actually my relationship and love heroes that I just glean from, I learn from, I pay attention to. This is my mom and my dad that are on the set today, and coming live from Georgetown, Grand Cayman Islands. We're going to give you an opportunity to tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long y'all been together. Make sure you speak up.
Well, my name is Johnny Young Sr. This is my beautiful wife, Emma Young. We're from Shreveport, Louisiana. We've been married 43 years. Christmas Eve will be 43 years.
43 years.
Yeah.
Now let her say something.
Yes,
You gotta speak up.
It's getting ready to be 43 years Christmas Eve. The Lord say the same. But we was together for 3 years before we got married, so we were very young, making it happen.
Man. So we got 46 years of being together.
Yeah.
We got 21 years, all on this set. We finna open this can of worms and talk about the will to be together. So I guess I will just open this up to the floor for anybody that want to talk about it. Some of the things that you go through in marriage, you go through those different phases we talked about. And one was a lifting phase or a infatuation phase where you just, I mean, you got that puppy dog love. I mean, you're excited about each other. And then the next phase is called a landing phase. Explain what that landing phase was again.
The landing phase is the second phase of intimacy, is what it was called, phase of intimacy. So when you first meet a person, you know, you're like, ooh, this is the man or the woman of my dreams. We're going to be together forever. Everything is perfect and fabulous. And then you spend some time together and you start seeing some things that maybe not so perfect.
Y'all don't have to act like y'all on TV right now. Be yourself.
That new car smell starts to wear off. You know, you're like, ooh, how long is this going to last? So I didn't notice that. So, so that when you start going into that phase, that's the landing phase. You're coming down from that high of the initial hit of love, and
you gotta worry about it. It's gonna be on there for you.
You're coming down to the landing phase. Now, in the landing phase, like I said, you get to know certain things about the person, and it's adjustments that need to be made. This is where most people give up and quit.
They're like, what have I got myself into?
We've seen it.
You've seen it. So that's what I want to talk about right here. Let's put that on the table. What are some of the experiences you had, not going into detail of what exactly you experienced, but some of the things that came to mind and challenges you had to overcome? And how can you help a couple that may be listening to this now, that may be just now coming into their landing phase? They were on a high, they were in love, the honeymoon was great, the spending time together was great, everything was great, and now they're coming to a landing phase and they're asking, like, what have I gotten myself into? I mean, you may be finding out that they don't like to clean up behind themselves, or you may be finding out that they don't take baths every day, or you may be finding out that they got bad credit, you might be finding out all that stuff. So what are some of the things, some of the challenges that come with their landing phase, and how can we help those people that are going through that? Anybody want to attack that right quick?
Would you say that having children will be part of that landing phase?
Oh, definitely so. You guys went through that.
We have two kids. So we have two kids.
Two boys.
Two boys. So they're 15 and 10 now. But I would say a big part of the landing phase would be kids, because you have kids and normally you don't necessarily talk about how we're going to raise these kids. There are certain things you just don't talk about. You just kind of fall into. And so I think that having kids is one of those things. You have them and we're not sure how we want to raise them. We have an idea, but we don't necessarily discuss how we're going to do that. So with Terry and I, one of the biggest issues we had, and honestly still have from time to time, is raising the kids. You know, what's too harsh, what's not harsh enough. How much do we do an allowance, do we not do an allowance? So many different things. You know, what do we allow them to listen to, what to wear, what activities, so many different things.
Y'all bump heads a lot when it came to the kids?
Yes.
Starting out?
Yes.
Why do you think that was the case? I mean, you bumped heads a lot. I mean, were you guys were you on the same page before the kids?
We didn't discuss it.
We didn't discuss it as far as how we were going to raise them, and one of the things that came to light was our family dynamic. As far as I had my father in my life, and there was a certain way as far as discipline and things that how I was raised versus a dynamic that she did not have as far as that
dealing with boys.
So it was I think it was more of a shock to her as far as how the lines that I was trying to raise them on as far as discipline and the harshness and things like that, and she was like, I don't agree with that, plain and simple. So we did bump heads on that.
So
and that was one of the things.
What happened? How did the adjustment?
For me, I'm a big part was talking to married couples that had kids. I'm a type of person, I was raised, I believe in wisdom, and when you have an issue, to maybe get advice from somebody that's been there, not just from any random person, but speaking to older couples or just older parents. How did you guys, face the issue, or, and so I got a lot of really good advice, I feel, especially with boys, from what I was told, hey, they're boys, whether they're boys or girls, their dad should definitely be, part of it. Let him be the dad to those kids. Let him step in and that harshness and that roughness. Right. I was raised in a single parent household, so just my mom. So with him being there, I had to step back and not be seeing my mom be that strong, be the mom and the dad. So to sit back, and this is a 2-parent thing. So once I learned to step back, that definitely helped. Now there's times like I have to kind of leave the room because to me it's still a little too rough, but it's shaping and forming them into the men in the world we live in. So we reached out basically to other couples that have been faced that before.
To add to that though, I personally also had to realize that it was more ways to handle situations as well. So when I started to reach out to other people, it was always everything does not require action. So sometimes it was like, okay, let me step back, and there's going to be a learning period. That's a learning situation. We can talk about it versus me bringing the raft down all the time. And I think that helped our situation well, because now I can come back and say, well, I don't do it all the time, and here's the situations that I don't do.
So what you're saying is God was working on both sides. He was working on you to get you to trust your husband and his leadership, and then he was also working on you so that you can trust that there are other ways.
I feel that when her started to step back, allowed me to be able to step back as well. Because as long as she was trying to take that step forward, I was going to continue on that path. So when she started to stay, I started to do the same.
Wow.
Glory to God.
Wow, that's good. Wow, that's very good. That's very good. So, I mean, let me ask this for the other couples. I mean, we'll go with Trina and Darren. We'll ask you, I mean, did you guys have a landing stage, a phase in your marriage that, I mean, it got real and you had to buckle down at any point?
We basically went into everything new. Like, fresh, no kids, so we basically talked about everything we was going to do off the bat, and we agreed and had understanding. We had understanding what we was going to do. Like, we wanted to move in together, we wanted to get married, we wanted to have kids, finances. We pretty much agreed upon everything. So that's basically kept us from butting heads. So.
Butting heads?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Did y'all have a phase where you like, whoa, I'm married now, man, I got to do this for the rest of my life, and you had to adjust to that? Y'all still in infatuation? Y'all still on the cloud?
We just don't have any problem. Like, we don't argue about different stuff.
How did you get to that place? Because I agree with everybody that's watching right now. Everybody don't go through that. Everybody don't go through a place where they don't argue at all.
It's a lot of communication.
We communicate about
it's a lot of, like, can we talk about this? Yeah, how I feel my point. You gotta stress your point, how I feel right now. You understand where I feel, how I feel. And if they understand where you coming from and you understand where they come from, you reach that compromise.
You reach a compromise. So let me ask you this. So is that the way you approach it? When you got something you want to talk about, what is the word you use? Because you have people that are watching, that are married, that's been married for years, that just get married, and they tune in to us and they want to know, how do we deal with this? How do I even go to my spouse about something that's on my heart that's bothering me? What do I say? What is the verbiage you use?
I went, well, hey, Darren, this is,
Speak
I
up a
feel
bit.
like this. In this type of situation, my feelings was hurt.
Okay.
I assume that you understand where I'm coming from, but if you don't, please let me know. But this is the way I feel.
Okay.
And at that point, he sits back and he thinks about, okay, I made her feel like this. Maybe I shouldn't say these words to make her feel like this.
Yeah.
Let me use a different type of verbiage for it.
Okay.
My thing is, I always do stuff, I be selfless. I say, okay, I put my pride, and even if I'm mad, in the inside, I know if I do this, it'll make the whole family good. So that's how I operate.
Man,
that's
that's
good.
big. I'm gonna highlight something right quick. You two said something very, very important, and if you're watching, listen to what they said. They said this. They said that you must get wisdom from other couples that have been there and done that and learned from it, that are growing from it. You must get wisdom from that. A lot of young couples and a lot of couples, period, don't have any mentors in relationships. They don't have anybody to look up to.
They don't, or what I found is that they're private. They don't want anybody to know they're having problems, which to me is just so backwards. They don't
Private and private. Private and private.
Yeah, because the enemy will have you think that you're the only one that's going through a certain thing. But when the truth is, everybody goes through it.
Everybody have their share.
And not only did you say that, but just highlight what you said. You said you have to communicate about everything, and you use a psychological technique. You went to him, you said, I feel like, that's an I statement. You're taking responsibility for your feelings, and now he doesn't feel attacked by it, and he can now say, well, I made her feel like that, I don't want her to feel like that, and you're taking responsibility. And you said something so weighty just then. You said that you're the type of person that you will sacrifice your feelings and your pride to make sure the whole family is good. Man, you don't get that from 39, from 36. I mean, that's 21 years of experience and wisdom right there.
That's good.
Let's go into deep waters. Deep waters. Let's go into deep waters. 43 years, 46 years of being together. And you guys got married very, very young, so you on an infatuation stage and you hit a landing stage. How did you handle your landing stage of saying, all right, I'm married, I'm just going to have to make this work and make it the best that I can make it. It's not going to work on its own, because marriage is work.
Yes, it is.
Marriage is work. So tell us a little bit about how you how you had to dig to make it work.
Well, with us getting married so young, and like you said, infatuation with each other, so in love, till children came. Matter of fact, 4 children, young. At 21, all the children was born and everything. Then you start realizing I got older. 4 children here, husband. Wow, what do I do now? Got whole family, whole life is young. You start praying, like Rose said earlier. Start praying for one, and then Rose said earlier, start getting wisdom from older couples. Some of them was married and widowed now, and realized that they directed you toward, look, that's your husband, them your children. Life ain't gonna come easy. This is something you're gonna have to work at every day and pray on. And you can't go back and forth word for word with your husband, or your husband can't go with his wife word for word. You're gonna have to pray on it, think on it, and communicate as to you be in his shoes for a minute, he be in your shoes for a minute, and regroup as to how you would want to be treated and want to be talked to. And the way you will be talked to, that you won't, you do that too. You put yourself in that position and say, hey, that's the way I'm going to speak and that's the way I'm going to say it, or that's the way I want to be respected and talked to. And not saying all the time.
So that scripture apply in your marriage as well.
Yes, not saying all the time working. That's why the prayer would come in. Because being young, you get stubborn, like, I don't want to do it that way. And then realizing, hey, do you want your marriage? Do you want your children, your family? Me, I wanted my marriage, wanted my children, still want my marriage, still love all my children and grandchildren. So it's a big communication, adjustment, and thinking of others before yourself.
Wow, wow, wow. How about you?
43 years of being married. My advice I would give, in the landing stage, marriage is like you said, is in stages. You got your infatuation stage where you in love. But you get to a point in marriage where you gotta like that person. Now, and if you have children involved, you have to, whether you want to or not, you have to be a good role model.
Yes.
You gotta, number one, keep God first.
Yes.
You got to have your family second. And you got to have a good church home where you can get fed the word of God. Now,
hold up, let's go over there again. Keep God first.
Keep God first.
Place your family second. And have a good church home so you can get fed.
Fed the word of God. See, the word of God is going to be that's what the strength is.
Talk about that a little
bit. Because what a lot of marriages fail at, they don't have love.
Wow.
God is love. Watch this. Now, if I got God in my marriage, regardless of what we go through, what are we doing here today?
We're helping.
What are we talking about?
We're talking the will to stay together.
If we have God in our marriage, you're going to will yourself, okay, I'm going to stay there. And watch this. Watch this. I heard Katrina and Darren say something a minute ago. Whether you agree to disagree, don't get so mad at each other to where you leave each other.
Yeah.
And I often counsel with young couples, I said, never pack your bags. Because if you
talk about that, because you make that statement a lot in life. That's one of the things you deposit in me. Never pack your bags.
Because if you pack your bags, one day you will leave. And if you have a house and you and your spouse get into it, go into another room and cool off. Go take a walk and cool off. Don't sit there and argue and fuss and fight. And Cook and Roll, y'all was talking some good stuff about how y'all do with them kids. Me and my wife, we raised 4 kids as young adults, and it can be done. And we need more role models to do that. Now, in the landing phase, what you're gonna find yourself doing, you're gonna find yourself from infatuation to in love.
Yeah.
I'm not just infatuated with her. I'm infatuated, don't get me wrong.
I love the good, the bad,
but
the ugly,
I love
the best.
her as she is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if she got some problems, them my problems too. And if I have some problems, them her problems.
Yeah.
And if she hurting, guess who else hurting?
I'm hurting.
I'm hurting.
Wow.
And vice versa.
And I tell people all the time, I work a lot. And we on this cruise, and I feel I deserve it. I work 6 days a week. I sacrifice my life so she can have a good life.
Wow.
And that's what we have to do. And when you get to that landing phase, you're going to get to a point to where you're getting ready to come to the pit stop. So you're going to have to start looking at life different. And things that used to be important, they're not important no more. Yeah. The most important thing in life, and I'm going to let somebody else talk, the most important thing in life, to me, is number 1, God.
Yes.
And number 2, my family. Everything else, all the material things, the cars, the houses, the trips, and all of the money and all that stuff, is good.
Yes,
but nothing is more important than God and my family.
Because you can have material things and not be happy.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
You can have material things and don't have the love that you desire from your spouse to have. But if you have the love of God and the godly love that your spouse will show you as to a spouse, one to another one, the material stuff, it'll come on through on itself. But if you got the material stuff and nobody to love you and you to love unconditionally, it ain't worth it. Ain't nothing. Nothing will make you happy.
So let me put this out there just to highlight what you said. I mean, because you said some awesome things, but it's a selfless sacrifice. It is completely marriage is not about you being focused on yourself and you doing things for yourself. It's about God having the access to get involved and for you to be completely selfless in the process.
For God to do that for you.
Yeah, that works.
You gotta open your heart up for God to be able to do it. Because if you close your heart out to it, God can't do it.
You can't do it.
I think one thing that you said was real profound that could get looked over is when you get married, you get together so long that sometimes feelings, you can assume that person's feelings is not hurt, and you don't walk in that other person's shoes or put yourself in that other person's shoes. Because sometimes life is moving on, and you may talk to that person a certain way about a situation, but you don't really understand maybe what that person's going through, because sometimes you have to stop and put yourself in that person's shoes.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Either, you know, sometimes she's working and she's putting, you know, she has a business she's going, and I want to spend time with her, but I know what her grind is and why she's grinding. And sometimes I have to stop and say, you know what? Let me see how she's feeling. She's worked all day at work. Now she's coming home and she's staying up late. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she just needs that time to do whatever she needs to do and get that project done or whatever. And I have to put myself back, oh, well, I'll spend some time with her at another time. And sometimes you just have to put yourself in that person's shoes. And that can get overlooked. Whether you newly married or you've been married a while or together, you just tend to just overlook that and say, and your thought process is not the same. You just have to sometimes walk in that person's shoes.
Now, whether you've been together 21 days, 21 years,
right,
or 43 years, relationship and marriage go through seasons.
Yes, it does.
It goes through seasons, and you're gonna have to manage your season well. You don't want to waste a good season arguing over petty things or small things, because there's going to come a time where you're gonna have to find agreement. You're gonna have to work to find agreement. So if it's not something worth arguing over, don't waste your breath on it. Don't waste your.
One of the things that one of those older couples or older married people told me, like, pick your battles, and I'm always like, pick your battles. Some things are just not even worth it. Right.
And another thing in relationships, what you can often do. People argue about something that's really nothing.
Yeah.
And you have to, like you say, pick your battles. You have to survey the thing and see what you. Why am I arguing about this? This is not about a human being.
Sometimes how you get about in person, I had a bad day at work, so I just have a bad attitude.
Frustrated.
I'm
Frustration can actually be misdirected. That's a good point, bro.
There's one thing she tells me that I have to stop doing. I can go to work and bring my work home. And you can't do that. You can't do that. I get frustrated at work. And I have to watch myself. I get frustrated.
That's every day. That you just run into them, and just like you don't have a life, and a life. You know, it's a life besides work. And sometimes you can get your point out, what you need to get out by work, but what you do it. And let some days go, some weeks go by, and then, you know, maybe readjust.
But you can't let it consume you.
One point I want to make through, too, is when you say about picking the battles. You need to make sure you do pick the battles, because there's going to be some battles that's going to come that's going to be worth fighting for. That's going to really take you through the ringer.
Now.
But you got to be ready for that. So, not wasting energy on fighting over or fussing over something that ain't going to even matter, that you're going to get mad and frustrated and making things worse and not get nowhere with it. So, you know.
And I'll say this, that the will to stay together is not simply just saying, I'm going to push through the rough time.
No.
Sometimes the will to stay together look like this. When we first got together in the infatuation stage, we did everything. We explored one another. It was almost effortlessly dating. Because you just, and then with the busyness of life and kids and all of this stuff, now you have to put forth the effort to find time to date, to make time to date, and all of that, and date night that has to go on. So let's talk about that, the will to stay together. That you actually have to put forth the effort after a period of time to say, all right, we just don't get in a merry-go-round or a carousel of going through life, that we actually have to put forth the effort to actually date one another. So let's talk about that across the board.
I'll start with this. One thing that you just mentioned was seasons. And you have to understand that a marriage is seasoned, and there are going to be seasons. Now, jumping into how we're moving on is, when we first started having kids and our children were little, we understood that we didn't have mom and daddy to go drop those babies off to.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we understood we're in this season now that they're little.
Yeah.
So, but there's going to be a season when they're teenagers, and we can leave them at home and they're self-sufficient enough, and we can go sketch a movie.
Yeah.
We can go out and have dinner. We don't have to pack, you know, car seats and stroller and all other things that are no with me. You know, but we understood that one day it's not gonna be like this forever. And that was one of the things, like you say, season. We knew this was just a season that we're in, but it's gonna change. And we take that time and we can go do things now, but we understood that because we didn't have people to stay, 2 hours away. So we didn't have mom and daddy to say, let's drop them off for the night or whatever. We can go out and do what we do. We didn't have that, so we understood that, and that actually grew us stronger because we knew this is what it is.
Going to what you said though, yes, it's very important you have to make time today. Like you said, there's days I go to work, I'm at work 8-9 hours a day, and then I come home, I have a business that takes several hours for me. I have to put into my business, so I'll do that, and then I have to say at times I need to make time, I need to date, and I need to spend time with my husband. So it's sacrifice at times to say, you know what, I know I have things to do, but my marriage is very important. It's, like you said, God and your family. So I have to put things aside and make time to date. You make that time. So you can, hey, you got to be up a little bit later. Whatever you have to do, you do it. Set it aside, or reschedule it. Make time. Date your mate. Date your spouse. If it's just a movie, if it's just a quick movie at home, if it's just a little couples massage, something. Even if it's yes, make time for your husband. Make time for your wife. Make time. It's like I don't have time. I have so much going on. Make time.
Make time. You make time for stuff that's important to you.
I would tell people spend their money how they want to. They spend their time how they want to. So to me, I'm too busy or I can't. To me, that's just an excuse. Make time. Make it. How important is it to you?
One thing with me, I work so much. You somebody like me that always like work, like to go. Sometimes I forget. And so what she'll do, she'll just remind me. And then I say, okay, I got your picture. We're going to do it this day. Sometimes you can forget. You can really think a man just don't care. But it's just the fact that I need help to remind me.
Hold up right quick. Because we have some people that may be in that position right there, where they're saying, man, my husband never do anything, or my wife is always too busy, and they don't have that mutual will to say, or they're forgetting, as you say. You're saying that there are times you work so much, you've been with the Postal Service for, 13 years at the Postal Service, and you work a lot. So, you're saying there are times that it's just not on your mind to do it, because you just happen to be home with her.
Yeah.
But she's going to remind you, hey, we ain't did nothing. We need to go do something.
That's how we work, so letting it build.
Do you plan it as well, what you're going to go do?
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit, how y'all work together on that.
Let's just say Monday, we want to do a movie at home. We love reality shows. So we're going to do Love and Hip Hop or...
What's the other show?
Quite a few shows we'll sit there and watch. I'll let my older kids keep my younger child in the room, and we'll sit there and have dinner in the living room.
Hold up.
Just watch TV.
Hold up. So, you will let the older kids keep...
the sound.
I know how old your kids are. Tell them how old your kids are.
I have a 14-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
A 1-year-old, so you got like a new baby.
New brand
spanking new baby. And you will tell the older ones, watch your brother in the room. Not even, you don't even have to leave the house for this.
Yeah, I have to leave the house. At all. Point blank.
Oh my God.
Get you some popcorn.
No excuse.
We make it available. Sometimes you're so busy, you don't have to go out of town. I mean, you can make up something. You could just going outside, walking around.
And I think this is important too. I think a lot of people think it's because you're in the same room with your mate that's quality time. That's not quality time. Just because we're both, I'm on my phone or he's on his phone, that is not quality time.
No. Well, what does quality time look like then?
Right here.
Quality time. Well, quality time is with my husband right now. Like you said earlier, he works 6 days a week. So we started this about 6 months ago. And we picked off on Mondays. So Mondays, unless something major is going on, Monday is our date night. Now sometimes We go out with our date night movies and dinner, or we can do home. And like my daughter said earlier, a good cooked meal at home. Me and him, no cell phone, watch TV. Or we sit up there at the dinner table laughing and talking with each other. You know, find a good something to love, laugh and talk with your spouse. And hold hands, quality time, not on your phone.
We have them both.
Holding hands, looking at each other eye to eye, face to face, and enjoying that quality.
Good MAC address. Maybe somebody changed the TV in the meanwhile, forget to put the MAC address inside the system.
Time to sit and fuss, fight,
Because for me, this what is going on is actually meaning that it's a wrong MAC address. Why is not playing? That's the only reason normal, because he says network.
Me and my wife, what I do as busy as I
Maybe they changed the TV, Brownies and Angel, they forgot
what
to
I
put
do,
they were like, fucking,
I heard it on what you said, make
We can
time.
try and see what's going on.
I not only make time, I set aside time. Because it's very, very important that you set aside time for your spouse.
You managed to
Because
start IMAX?
if you don't set aside time for your spouse, what'll happen is you'll start getting puzzled
You don't have time.
and puzzled apart. You'll wake up one day and you'll look at somebody that you don't even know. But if you now, this is my wife. Is not just my wife. She's not just my lover. Or the mother of your children. Or the mother of my children. That's my friend.
That's my best friend.
This is my best friend.
Who your best friend, Mom?
Yeah, we can.
This is my best friend.
Who your best friend?
And you know what? And sometimes even with your best friend, you might not agree with everything. But y'all don't stop being friends.
Right. Sometimes you get mad and have disagreements, but you're still best friends. Best friend in life when I was in school, we were best friends. We got
everything
mad,
is
didn't like
functioning,
things,
working,
but
IMAX
we
and
were still
thriller on.
best friends. We ended up being together, laughing, playing, talking. That was my best friend. This is my best friend. Even as married in 43 years, we still got
It's going to be
disagreements.
easier for you.
But it's a communication, loving, caring disagreement.
Wow.
Wow.
Go ahead, Darren. You had a point you were making.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, if I could tell anybody something, it'd be.
This your closing statement? You finna be a nugget of wisdom?
I just got a long list, but this just.
Go ahead. He been waiting on this show, y'all. He been waiting on it.
Trying to hold it big. If I could just tell anybody, it's like this for me and my wife. I don't. My love for her, it's just like cancer. I don't let it get bad. Whatever problems we got, you gotta go ahead and take it out because it can grow, whether it's sexual, whether it's emotional, finance. You gotta take care of it because if you don't, it's just like cancer. It'll grow so bad.
Deal with the problem.
You gotta deal with it before it gets to stage 4.
Don't let it get to
Don't let it.
Don't let everybody. That's a good. Somebody type that in there. Don't let your problems get to stage 4. Get a checkup. Get a checkup.
Always working on it.
Hey, this has been awesome, y'all. We got a lot of people that are working around us. They've been patient with us while we've done this show. So we're gonna close out with a power statement from each person. Something you would like to leave with another couple that would help them, that would bless them, and then we'll close out that way. We'll go ahead and start on that end. Something you want to drop off to them. Not anything too long, but something you want to give them that'll help them.
I would say off the top of my head, continue to learn the person you're with, which will help you continue to satisfy the person you're with.
Oh, that's good. Continue to learn that it continue. You made her happy. Okay.
I would say, kind of what we already talked about, make time. Set aside time for your mate. That's very, very important. So you have small kids, like I said, anything else, I work too much, or our kids are small, you can do things at home, but make time. If you don't make time for your spouse, then it's a must. You have to do it. Make time.
Make time.
That's right.
Katrina.
Communicate your feelings. How you feel.
No.
They should feel.
It's not working.
Wow. Communicate your feelings.
Right now.
What I would say is, for a man, You want to love that person.
Like I said,
I love her. I don't want nothing to
nobody.
I take care of her. She don't have to worry.
Boy, you make me proud, boy.
That's what I would say. You want to get to a point where you will take care of them. Well, no matter. I mean, I shed blood out here just to take care of them, make sure they good. And you gotta love them to where you put your own stuff aside. It's a lot of stuff I want to do. You want to put it aside just to take care of your family, which the family you made.
Wow. The family you made. You made that family. You take care of that family. How about it, man?
Well, yeah, all of this been good. Good advice, good everything. But marriage is something you have to work on daily. It's just like a job. You can't just take it for granted that I'm married and everything's gonna be all right. It's something you got to put effort in every day. And as you're putting that effort in, you communicate and be considerate of the other person's feeling, and put yourself in that other person's shoe and see. That way you can tell how you can treat that person and how you want to be treated, and you'll know.
How about you, Dr.
Young?
Well, I want to close with this right here. Marriage is something that God ordained between a man and a woman.
Yes.
And marriage is like these men that are working in this room right now. It's a problem with something they're dealing with.
Yeah.
So they not taking this stuff out of this room and throwing it away.
Wow.
They're working on it.
Wow.
We work on refrigerators. We work on television. We work on our car.
Yeah.
Why not work on
your marriage?
Yeah.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
Work on it.
That's good.
And I want to close with this, and I know we got to get ready to close. Keep God first.
Yes.
And learn your spouse's love language. Learn their love language. What they like.
Right.
What they don't like.
Yeah. Got it.
Amen.
And
Amen.
one, as you say, learn that person's love language and everything, and what they like or don't like. People have tendency to forget about their spouse or what they, especially after being married so long. We done ran into a marriage couple and they like, oh, well, we married. It's just nothing big deal. No, it ain't no, we married ain't no big deal. You still, whether you got married a year ago or 50 years ago, don't push that spouse, that person to the side and just like, oh, married me. So, no, you don't have to, what do we say, color and praise that person just like you just got married all over again. So just keep loving and caring for your spouse.
I tell you what, everybody, this has been awesome. Man, I don't know, we gotta get y'all back down. We gotta get y'all in the studio with to do this. I'm talking mic'd up and everything, because this has been awesome, man. Y'all got a lot of wisdom. Doc, I'm gonna give you closing remarks. What you got? Before I say anything, I'm gonna say to close out. What you got?
Okay, I just want to say that I learned a lot today, and that goes in my closing.
You done it here, this or
no. I say this all the time to our clients. We learn the professional career.
TV,
we learn how to raise our kids. We read books. We study. We have to continue to study and grow in our knowledge as we think our marriage. And every day is different. We go through phases. We change. You get older. You like different things than you used to like before. So it's a learning thing. You continue to learn every single day. And I think if you work on it, you continue to learn about it, and you continue to be excited about it. And it can stay fresh, and it can stay new, and love will just flow. I also like, I'm sorry, I'm being a little long-winded, but I noticed when you all were talking, you said we made a family. We made a family. He said, family is almost the first thing he said. I wanted my marriage.
Yes.
I knew that I was married, and no matter what happened, I wanted my marriage. I wanted to stay together. So the first step is you get a marriage, and a marriage is between two people, and you come together and you build that thing. And then it evolves into a family. And then he said that was the most important thing to family. So you're not going to forfeit a sacrifice to take something small. So even though arguments and disagreements, you wouldn't throw your whole family away. So no argument.
Walk away from it.
Right, no argument or no disagreement is worth throwing away your whole family and the rest of your life. So that was good to me.
I tell you, I don't have anything to highlight that hadn't already been spoken, so I'm going to echo something that I am proud to be a man in this family. Just listening to the men in this family, I mean, it looks like we have a rich heritage of wanting to be a better version of ourselves every day. And I'm excited to be a part of that, and I want to continue to grow at that. And to my men that sacrifice for their families, men that are understanding, that are patient, that are considerate, and men that may not know it all or have it all together, but will make the adjustments for their family. That's something that I'm proud of to be a part of, and I just want to thank God for everybody tuning in. You already know how this goes.
One thing before we get to this, we got a thing that we tag each other all we do. And we say, happily team marriage for life.
Happily team married. Somebody put that in the comments for us. Happily team married.
Team happily married.
Team
happily married.
Married for life.
Is that it, Ro?
Team happily married.
Team happily married.
Team happily married.
Because if you can have team married, team happily
Happily
married.
married.
Team happily married.
For life.
For life.
Yeah, because you got teams that are in the NBA and they are teams, but they're not winning. They're not winning. So you want to be on, you want to be on top. Yeah, you want to make the playoffs and you want to contend for a championship. All right, everybody, this has been off hashtag Team Happily Married for Life. Put that on there for us if you would. Team Happily Married, hashtag Team Happily Married for Life. Share the video. Share the video. Share the video. You know somebody that need it. You know somebody that's desiring it. You know somebody that are really struggling in the area in their marriage and they need this video. We apologize we didn't get on. I didn't have any internet service on Tuesday to be able to do the Counseling Tip Tuesday, so we brought you Counseling Tip Tuesday on a Thursday. Yeah, all the way from Georgetown, Grand Cayman Islands. We're excited about this. Be sure to share the video with everybody you can. Like, comment, share. Like, comment, share. I want to thank you, Cookie, Ro. I want to thank you, Trina, Darren. I want to thank you, Mom and Dad. I want to thank y'all so much. And baby, most importantly, I want to thank you. Amen. Team Happily Married for Life. Amen. We're going to close out in prayer like we always do. Dad, we're going to get you to pray. You're 43 years of marriage. You're the elder in the family. You're also the elder in wisdom and the things of God as well. We're going to pray specifically for marriages that go through seasons where they are not willing to push themselves through, and they're not putting forth the effort they need to push for because they're just in that landing phase. So we're going to pray for them that they would have courage to go through that season, endurance, and they would put forth the effort and make those adjustments. Let's pray.
Let us pray. Father, we come, Lord, in the name of Jesus. We just thank you for this day, this time, this opportunity. Lord God, I thank you for all of the couples that are represented here today, God.
Yes, Lord.
Father God, I pray for couples all over the world, God. I pray that you just bless your people, God. Father God, I pray that we plead the blood of Jesus on couples, God, on marriages, God.
Yes, Lord.
That you would just help marriage to flourish and be a blessing to the body of Christ.
Yes, Lord.
We thank you, God, for this young man and this young lady.
Yes,
Dr.
Lord.
Johnny Young and Dr. Felicia Young.
Yes, Lord.
For pouring into the community and to the world wisdom from you, God.
Yes.
We ask that you just bind each and every one of us together in unity, God.
Yes.
That we can be a light that sit on a hill, that others can see Jesus in us, God. We thank you right now. It's by your stripes it's done.
Amen.
And Lord, bless all the couples that are struggling, that are going through, God.
Yes, Lord.
And Father, help them to be able to make it through this.
Yes, Lord.
Let them know if they don't give up, that you will help them to be able to come to the other side.
Yes, Lord.
Father, we thank you right now.
Thank
It's in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, everybody, we thank you for tuning in. Remember, this is Culture Shift, where we are shifting the culture one marriage at a time. Thank you so much. God bless.
God bless.
That's it, everybody.
All right.
Woo.